Most people spend their lives chasing success, setting goals, hitting targets, and proving they can win. And for a while, it feels incredible. You feel strong, you feel capable, you feel alive. But then something strange happens after the achievement, after the applause, after you finally get what you worked so hard for. A quiet question shows up in your mind: is this it? That moment isn't failure, it's a signal. A signal that you're being called to something deeper than just achievement. Because success alone doesn't fulfill the human spirit. Fulfillment comes from growth, from meaning, and from becoming more than you were before. And if you don't understand what truly drives that feeling, you can win on the outside and still feel empty on the inside. Can I tell you what most people do? I've worked with millions of people in over 100 countries, and there's a pattern I see again and again. People finally commit to something. They get excited. They go all in. They work hard, and if they're good, they succeed. They grow in a relationship, in a business, in their body, in their finances. Life starts to look like the dream they once imagined. And then somewhere around 7 years, sometimes 5, sometimes 10, they start asking a dangerous question as, is this all there is? Is this really what I want? Not because anything is wrong. It's because we get satiated. You can have the best meal in the world, but if you eat it 3 times a day for months, it stops feeling special. What once was a dream becomes normal. And your brain starts whispering, there must be something more. That's the beginning of transformation, or the reason it never happens. The first stage is satiation. You're doing the same things over and over again. They're not bad, they're just not exciting anymore. There's no newness, no edge, no growth. And the real problem isn't what you're doing. It's that you stopped growing. If you stay there long enough, you move into dissatisfaction. Now, it's not just unfulfilling, it's irritating, it's painful. You start saying, I can't do this anymore. And the pressure for change starts to build. But most people still won't change yet. Why? Because change takes energy, it takes uncertainty. So they keep going until they hit a threshold. A threshold is the moment your brain says, no more, not another day, not another hour, I'm done. The pain of the past, the present, and the future all collide. And when that happens, something powerful shows up, an insight, and the insight is almost always the same. It's not them. It's me, not my partner, not my parents, not my boss. Me. I'm the one not managing my mind. I'm the one letting the outside world run my life. The truth hits you, and the truth is uncomfortable. Some people freeze right there and run back to what's familiar. But if you stay with it, the final stage appears an opening. An opening is a dark place. You don't know what's on the other side. That's what makes it terrifying. But if the pain where you are is strong enough, you'll jump. And if it's not, you'll cling to what you know, even if it's killing your spirit. Here's what I learned after years of watching people change and then change back. You can't be pushed through that opening. You have to choose it. This isn't programming, it's conditioning. And you're in control of it. You can condition yourself to suffer or to thrive. That's free will. And if you don't step through the opening, you'll repeat the cycle again. Satiation, dissatisfaction, threshold, insight. Open and over until you finally choose differently. So the real question is this: what will truly fulfill you? What will give you a life that feels alive, meaningful, and rich on the inside? Because hear me clearly, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. If you make everyone else happy but yourself, you've lost the game. If you want fulfillment, you must define it. And once you do, you must be willing to jump. You've got to figure out what it is for you, because if you achieve everything on the outside and it still doesn't light you up, if it doesn't give you meaning, if it doesn't give you fulfillment, then what was it all for? There are no absolute rules here, but there are a couple of powerful guidelines. If you want to feel fulfilled, first you've got to explore. You've got to try different things. Put yourself in new environments. Get around people who are playing a bigger game, people who are getting better results. Experience what they're doing. At some point, something will hit you. You'll feel it. But the rules of fulfillment are actually very simple. Whatever you choose, it has to do 2 things. First, it must require you to grow. If you're not growing, you're not living, you're dying, there is no neutral. That middle ground people talk about, it's an illusion. There are plateaus, and if you don't grow from them, you begin to slide backward. When we grow, we feel alive. People ask me all the time, what's the secret to happiness? One word: progress. Progress equals happiness. I don't care if you've reached the goal yet. If you're making progress, you feel good. And when you finally get the goal, how long does that high really last? A few years? A year? A few months? A few weeks? So why would you work that hard for something that makes you feel great for such a short time? Because the purpose of a goal is not to get the goal. The purpose of the goal is what it makes of you as you pursue it. What you get doesn't make you happy. Who you become can make you incredibly happy or deeply miserable. That's the real point. So you have to ask yourself, is this something that truly lights me up? Is it something that forces me to grow? The second element of fulfillment is giving. And this isn't just philosophy, research proves it. We are wired to grow and we are wired to give. Think about it, when something amazing happens to you, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to share it with someone you love. Why? Because joy multiplies when it's shared. We can only experience so much joy alone, but when we give it away, it expands. Growth and giving feed each other. When you grow, you have more to give. And when you give, you feel more alive. If either one stops, it won't matter how successful you are on the outside, you'll feel empty on the inside. So fulfillment isn't something you copy from someone else. You have to discover what it is for you. And yes, it can change at different stages of life. What fulfilled you once may no longer do it now. That scares people. They call it a midlife crisis. Maybe it's not a crisis at all. Maybe it's a midlife celebration. At the end of the day, fulfillment is not something you stumble into by accident. It's something you choose on purpose. It comes from deciding to keep growing when it's uncomfortable and giving when it would be easier to focus only on yourself. Success can give you options, but growth gives you life, and contribution gives it meaning. As your life evolves, what fulfills you may change, and that's not a problem. That's proof you're alive. So don't measure your life only by what you achieve. Measure it by who you become and how much you give along the way.